Hi guys, how you doing? Good to see you, Fester. Hiya, Vamp. How you doing? Oh man. So normally I've got my wood burner on, and when it gets too warm, I just stop putting wood in, and within 10 minutes it cools down a little. Nah, the missus decided to buy me coal, and I loaded it up with coal, and it's absolutely roasting. I've had to open the cave door, and it's still glowing a good one, and it just won't stop. I can't turn it down, so I'm absolutely sweltering. Anyway, since what are we today? Sunday. Since Thursday, oh, I got into trouble yesterday. About 8-9 weeks ago, I fractured 2 bones in my back, crushed some discs, and a bit of muscle damage. I fell from a height. Evening, Frank. How you doing, pal? And it was like 8 to 12 weeks to heal, and after 8 weeks I'd had enough of daytime telly, and I went back to my bench. So yesterday a friend had an old school kind of built, proper thick wood, even the slats on it are like that thick, shed, big 8 by 9 foot. And one of our sheds is a thin cheap B&Q thing, and it's had it. So I went round and I helped dismantle it, and I said when I get a flatbed truck I'll get it sorted. So I got home, and 10 minutes later a flatbed truck arrived, and I had to go back again and lift this big heavy shed onto it, drop it off at my house. Now I'm in a middle block, so I had to go through next door to bring it into the back garden. So we humped and hoofed, and we got this shed in the back there, but I was feeling it last night, a bit sore, and a bit of a rough night anyway. Just stupid crap, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just get an idea in your head and you can't switch off, and that's what happened. So I got into a little bit of trouble for heavy lifting yesterday. But it was too good opportunity to miss, to put it bluntly. So I got into a bit of trouble, but it is what it is. She wants to put the Christmas tree up, so we'll get that sorted after this, and then she'll be happy. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you, pal. How you, Dave? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, so anyway, back to modelling, which is what we're always good at. Well, attempt to be good at. So we'll swap the old cameras over, and we'll move the old mouse out of the way. So there's my little fella. Sure, I was prattling about with him. He's not quite the right blue, but by the time I give him a wash, a black wash and some dry brushing, he'll be fine. But we'll get back to that in a minute. That's where we left off on the metal finish on the interior. We done the black bit on the yoke and all that lot, and then I did all these little parts. So we've got these little parts to glue on now, and then we can look at the instructions and see what's next, basically. So yeah, so I've got a little triangle. I'll try and show you. There's a little triangle just there, if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that all right. A little triangle there, and that needs to be interior green. Now it's the same RAF interior green as it is, same as the one on the Al Club bottle. So I'm quite lucky, because obviously I've been given these a new trial on these new tins, and it just happens to be the interior green. It's the only colour I've got at the moment on the trial, and it's for brush painting and touching up. Ideal for tiny bits like that, when you want it to match everything that you've airbrushed, because it's the same paint, the same mix, just slightly thicker. So I'm very lucky to have that, and I can just touch that in there and do that little triangle without having to mask. Normally I would mask that and mess about, but the wonders at Alclad have come up with this new idea where it's not ideal for you couldn't paint a whole model with it. it dries just as quick as a normal alclad, so you wouldn't be able to paint big areas with it, but it's ideal for touching up and small bits and blending in, because it's exactly the same mix. So I'm glad when he sent me the trial that it was this one, this colour, and not the others. No idea when they'll be bringing them out. We're in trial stage at the moment, but there we go. And that matches the same green exactly as that. No messing about. Whereas normally I would mask that and prat about trying to airbrush it. So all good. How's everyone been keeping? I saw Festa earlier and whatnot, so I know what some of you have been up to. I'm just gonna attach this on. Find it in the right place. That'll be us building the frame together and getting that on. All good. So it's just gluing these bits on from last time and getting everything to line up right, which is always a challenge. And so it's the most fiddly way of building Airfix have done, but I like it for the way they've done it because of the detailing. It's turned out great. So that's both sides on there now. Both the frames there, look. And the little green bit on that side. So we're doing good. The signal seems to be good as well, which is good. I changed the frame rate a little bit because I noticed there was a little problem last week. What happened was I'd done an update a few weeks ago and it messed up my sound and all that lot, where it also messed up the bit rates as well. So according to this, it's got a little black bit just on the top edge there on the foot pedals there, so I'm just going to give that a quick little licky loo of paint. Moose is in the hobby shop. Haha. All good. Best place to be. Happy to say it's cooling down a little in here with the door open. It was absolutely stonking hot. I think I'm the only person in Scotland that when it's -15 there's not a drop of snow on my hut roof and everywhere else is covered. but it shouldn't be like that this year because I've got thick insulation now. With a bit of luck, it'll be easier to heat up until I move into the house. All my stuff. So I'm just using them silly little humble pots. It's ideal for these silly little bits. It's about all they're good for, so. Good stuff, cheers. Yeah, I lowered it'd automatically put it to 60 frames a second, and it's just too much. I've got a boy up the stairs, he's got a laptop on, his phone on, his tablet on, he's got his PlayStation 4 on, you know. Then you got the missus with her phone and the PC in the house, and then me in here. It's like, just kills me on the internet. So I went up to his room and I said, turn this off, turn that off. There's my little foot pedals there. So metal finish and then just a little that bit. So I got him to turn off all sorts of crap, which he wasn't happy about. But it's not like he's on it all. So this seat, no, this is gonna be fun. Right. The fun bit begins. I've got to try and get this seat in there. Kind of like that. Is that right? Yeah. So I went in his room and I'm like, you don't need that on, you don't need that on. You don't need that on. He's like, I'm like, nope. Right, I think that goes in there like that. And it would move out, wouldn't it? Like that. Bit of a tight fit in here. Oh, come on. I've got to get this bit right, because if I don't get this bit right, the next bit won't be right. Now, got it. Seriously? An moment. I'll try a different way. Unbelievable. Wait. Being a bit of a of summer. So I'm going to try a different way. It's been a little bit of a bugger lugs. Kind of knew this bit was going to be a pain in the bum. I'm not doing what I want it to do. Get that to go like that. Yeah, like that. And we've got it this time. Being a bit of a pest this bit. I need to put a little bit of tape on the back there. Just pinch them two bits together for a minute. Like that. Just to keep that where I want it. Otherwise it's just going to annoy me. Yeah. Move that over. And glue this back on. Evening, Kevin. How we doing? Sorry guys, I'll be with you in a sec. This has been a pain. You always get one bit. My eyesight is always going to happen when I'm live. Come on. I don't see what I'm doing. Yeah. We've got that on. At least it's on. Start. Bit fiddly this. That many little thin bits. It's well made kit, you know, I can't grumble at that, but it's awfully fiddly to get it how you want it. Without breaking it and without sticking it to your fingers. There we go. So I've just got that bit of tape on there holding it for a minute just so it keeps it in line. Madness. Oh, too many teeny weeny tiny bits, and it's all the frames and they all bend and twist, and it's like I like little tiny bits, but not that tiny. So I've got another stupid little bit to put on underneath that which was back here somewhere. I did read it. Yeah. Hoping I can do that without dislodging anything. Apparently this bit back in there. Like an air tank. Dear, dear, dear. I can't wait till we get to the outside wings and all that, because this bit really does me in. Ooh, nearly a pinger. Right, I'm going to have to think of a different way of doing this. Bit of blue tack. It's just being a pest. And a bit of blue tack and just hold the part. Till I get it to where I want it. Like so. That it's got like little lugs, bugger lugs. And this silly little bit goes in there. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely engineered kit. It's just a bit of a pest. So that's got that. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to let the glue hold it first. You see, another thing that makes me laugh, people say, oh, say like, I know this is 148, but like they go, oh, 172, too small for me, I'll stick to the bigger scales. But when I was doing the Hellcat, I noticed straight away that there was more tiny little bits on that Hellcat than there is on a 172 kit, because it's bigger scale, it's got more detail, and the more detail, the tinier the bits. So really that theory doesn't work. Yeah, so we're sorted, we're there, we got it. So we've got a seat and all that in there, and then we've got like a little thing there and an air canister, whatever that is. At least we got it done. All good. We've got our pilot. I'm sitting there prattling about him still. So now I've got to start on the other fun side. A lot of this is metal finish again, so that's all good. It saves me messing about too much. So we're on page 5 now, and we have a simple little bit there. I don't need to drill like this because I'm not doing it on a stand. I'm doing wheel, as the Polish say, wheelies down, so I can ignore that. So I've got this, all these bits here, but they're all metal finish, so I'll spray them at the same time. And then we've got just like them bits there, all down here, and then stick that bit in there, and then we're into cutting panels. Yes, vamp. We have a little pilot, little chappy there, in a little blue uniform and black boots at the moment. And I'm awful at painting figures, so it'll be just kind of armless because I've just pulled his arm off. Yeah, it'll be good. We'll get the little fella in there, and we can just pretend that he's either just about to take off or just about to land, one of the two, if I don't pull his arm up again. We'll end up looking like, I don't know. Yeah, stuck his arm back on. I pulled his arm off, poor guy. So, right, we're on a fun bit now. At least we're getting a little bit bigger now. You know, we're starting to get a bit more of a sensible side, to say the least. I'm glad that kind of darky bit's over. I'm okay with the tiny bits, but I really need my old magnifying lamp when I do stuff like that. It's too much. I just struggle. that bit. This is all getting done in metal again, so good. Right, we'll work them on first and then I'll do that bit. Trying to figure out why they say cutting that out. Trying to see, I've got a bit to cut out and I'm just trying to wonder why it wants cutting out. Goes into place. If I cut that out. Trying to figure out why. Right, I see. So right, what they've done, they've gave me a piece here, and you can see that there's two holes in it here, and it's for the stand. But because I'm not using the stand, it says to cut them out, and there'll be a different piece to put in afterwards. So we'll get the old scriber out and we'll chop it up. How you doing, Paul? Hi, Moose. Good to see you. So I'm just going to chop that out. Sorry about that. Love these Tamiya scribers, they're great. I use them to cut doors off and all that kind of carry on cars. Really great. It's quite a thick bit of plastic, that bit. There we go. That's that bit out. Get rid of that. It's all rubbish. Just put a stick there and clean up that little edge. There we go. Good to go. It's back to what we should be doing. I love winding up Fester and Dave though, with what's in your belly. That's what he gets after all the wind-ups he does. There is no way I eat what I write, just for the record. I just look for the most hardest pronounced food stuff you can find and post it on there. Yeah, the scribers are great. They're great for chopping out door panels, the boot. I've done a Ferrari and it was a Revel one, and of course the interior, it's all built in one, you know, the sides and all that lot and the seat area. And I cut the doors off the Ferrari and had them in an open position, so then I had to cut the interior bits, and when I attached them I realised that there's going to be a hole, so I had to build panels and all that lot. But then I had the Ferrari doors open, and then I cut the boot where the engine is, and I had it lifted up so it was in an angle and it come out really well. I've got a habit of doing that on cars. So we've got 2 more bits to stick on here, and then I can do the metal on this. That's a good one. You can't go into a model shop just for like one thing. This doesn't work. Now here's an interesting thing. There's actually little lights in this too. Not that we've got lights to put in. There's a, I don't know if you'll see this. You got 2 little holes just here. You see that? One there, one on that side. There. And there's actually 2 clear lenses that go on there. Now I didn't know that. So that's quite interesting. I didn't know they had that on that Hurricane, so yeah, I'm terrible for, well, I mean, we don't really have any local model shops, but I'm terrible at model shows when I see all the lovely plastic goodness everywhere. D73. Model shows is my one. Right, that goes there. And that one goes there. No worries. All good. So this bit here goes that away. I'm quite liking this building the undercarriage bit first. I'll be honest, it's quite a nice way because I can get right in at everything I want to get into and trying to work from up, you know, from the other way up, and it being a pain. I'm quite liking the way this is going. So I've got that bit in, and I've got these two little side bits, this bit here, and there's a little bit of pipe work on it that needs to be painted after, but I'll need to do that in the metal first, and then we'll be ready to start cutting again. So just double checking, make sure I'm not going ahead of myself. Yep. So 56, 56, 56. Yep. So all that's kind of metal around this area. All this bit here and these bits here, they're all metal. So I'm just going to spray that whole area there. Do it all in a one. Evening, Richard. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Not bad, you know. It's all good. Can't complain. Oh, my good lady's just brought me a cup of tea. So I'll get that sprayed and all that. And then this bit, this wonderful bit here, will end up kind of like that over the whole lot. So that will sit on there like that. And from underneath, that's what you're going to start to see. We'll get that painted up, sorted out. Credit card in a candy shop. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, all good fun. It's only if you get caught spending too much you're in trouble. Right. Here we go again. I'm just going to do all of this area, and there's a reason, because I don't know what you're going to see when it's all together. Splattering a little bit there. What's going on here? Have a little bit on the nozzle there. There she is. Just a little bit of paint on the end of the nozzle there. Just causing it to splatter a little. Which is fine because you're not going to see it. Not ideal. That's better. That's better. Luckily it was on a bit that's you're never going to see. It's an area that's not even, it's under the wing. Luckily. Like I say, it's just because I don't know what's going to get seen. it's all done. There we go. So we've got a black on there. I've just done the whole area because I don't know what you're going to see when you're looking different angles and all that lot. So when in doubt, sprayed a lot. $5 going back to $100. As long as she ain't got a mask on and a bag. Got a mask on and a bag when she goes in the model shop, that's different. Yeah, quick clean. Super. Lovely job. Oh. Oh. Right, we'll leave that. Ah, there we go. Underneath as well. Just to make sure that I've got them bits. And that. Carefully because I don't want to spoil it at the moment. See it on there like that. Oh, it's a lovely metal. That'll all get dirtied up and have a wash and all sorts put on it by the time it's done. Just leave that over there to dry. And got to now apparently cut out these wonderful panels. Hopefully they've made them thin. There's the lovely panels there. So, according to this, that way round, across there, down, across, there. Where the fun begins. Oh, sorry, I'm proper concentrating here. I don't want to slip. You know, if you slip one of these, it's not very forgiving. Oh dear. This will be so your guns, you can see all the guns showing. It would have been nice if they'd have made the plastic just a little bit thinner around this area. Would have been nice. That would have made life a little easier. If I slip and suddenly take my finger off, if you look on the links below on my YouTube, below the videos, there's a link to my website and there's a phone number at the top. Please phone it, and so my missus knows that I'm in here with a finger taken off. And yeah, I think I got that one. Not quite, just about. She hates coming in here when I'm on live. She kind of brings my tea in and she's like that and puts it on the side. There we go. One off. That was a bit fiddly to say the least. Normally the plastic's quite thin around them areas. It's easier to take them off. Just not on this one. There we go. That's one anyway. I'll clean that up a bit. The panels will be laying on the wing, so you're not going to see any of it anyway. This bit you will, but there we go. Now our mad hole, and in theory that'll go over there like that when the time comes, and you'll see inside the gun bay with all the guns lined up when the time comes. So it's worth doing, even if it is annoying. And we'll get that sanded and polish them edges up a little bit. Yeah, she brought me in a cup of tea, bless her. There you go, a minion cup. Just happens to be one with one eye on it. So a kind of joke going. Well, unbelievably, and I can't believe it myself, that's an hour already. And all I've done is them silly little bits there. Got them completed. on. We've got them bits on, ready to go. And one wing with a panel cut out. Oh, and of course I broke the little man's arm off and put it back on again. So that's me hour, I'm afraid. I could sit here for hours, but I can't because I've got to get the Christmas tree out of the loft. So that's this. I will actually take a photo of that, I think, today. I haven't been taking a photo because it hasn't really been anything major, but as it's starting to come together, I'll take a photo and post it. That's it, I'm afraid. I'm already over time. I try and keep it an hour so you don't all fall asleep too much, because I know Fester goes eating a pie and I don't want him falling asleep with a pie in his face, because yeah, I broke his arm off, vamp. I knocked it off, but he's back on again. Oh, you can't see now, but his arm's back on now, so it's all good. So I might get to do a little bit more painting on that. Today's Sunday, so Tuesday I might cut that other panel out on this wing before Tuesday. I'll see how I do for time, because busy. And yeah, so we'll start gluing bits on again and start coming together. I think what's next after this? After this is a load of guns and whatnot. You know, we've got all this gun business to start doing, so plenty to do still before it starts looking like an aeroplane. Cheers for popping by, everyone. Always good to see you in the chat and all that. I enjoy it. It's good fun reading it all and everything else. I think I've caught up with everything everyone said. I normally keep on track of it at the same time, so don't think I've missed anything. Nope. Said hello to everybody there. Yeah. Yep, that's it. So we're all up to date, kept up with everybody. See you all soon. Cheers for popping by. I'll put a link up again for Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, and we'll just carry on prattling about with bits of plastic. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, yeah. Look after yourselves. You know how to get hold of me if you need me, or you want to just say hi, just send a message. And I'll see you Tuesday. Bye bye for now.